everybody, JB here. I haven't made a video in a while, but I might as well do it now. Because I haven't really done one of these types of videos in a while, but I just finished watching the Greatest Royal Rumble with my stepdad. He's he's really fun to watch stuff with. So, anyway, let me just talk about what happened. Do I think it was better than the Royal Rumble 2018? Which is technically what this was, except you put the word greatest in front. Um, I don't really know. I guess it was better. I mean, if I'm gonna say anything, I'd probably say it's on the same level as that. There were tons of returns, debuts. Um, yeah, and I'm not gonna talk about the debuts in the Royal Rumble. If you want to see who they were, just watch it yourself, I guess. So, the first match, John Cena versus Triple H, it was pretty slow, but, it was to pop the crowd, so that's fine. They were surprisingly booing Triple H, which is surprising. Isn't he the reason that they were able to do this in Saudi Arabia? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't he the... okay, never mind. John Cena won after 2 AAs, I think. And you know what, that's fine. The match wasn't really that fast moving, but it was to pop the crowd, and I'm glad it was the first match. It was random, and it probably shouldn't happen again. So, well on you, John. Well on you, Triple H. On with the next thing. What even happened next? Right, Cedric Alexander versus Kalisto. Oh, God. Sorry, I hit my nose yesterday. Yeah, it just really hurts. Cedric Alexander versus Kalisto, athleticism at its best. It was fantastic. It was about as long as it needed to be. There was never really a boring part of the match, not even the rest hold part. And Cedric won. That was a good choice. He should hold that for a very long time. And do the thing that they did with Neville, have him hold it for a year. Except with Neville, it was almost a year, and they had him lose it to Enzo. And he also lost it to Akira Tozawa for about 6 days before SummerSlam, where he just won the title back. I don't know, it's WWE, random stuff happens. Anyway, moving on, the Raw Tag Team match, Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy versus Sheamus and Cesaro. Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt won. It's the right result. It was a fine match. It's not a match of the year candidate. Why would it be? But it was good for what it is, and I like the direction that they're going with Bray and Matt. You can even see it on the camera. It's turning red. Oh, that's bad. You know what? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Stuff like that happens. Anyway, moving on. The Intercontinental Championship match, which actually happened after the match I'm going to talk about, but next. But Samoa Joe versus Miz versus Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. Really great. Might even be a match of the year candidate. I know when you hear match of the year candidate a lot, then you watch every single pay-per-view match waiting for one of the matches to be a match of the year candidate. And I really do honestly think that might have been one of them. I really do. And Seth snuck the win after Finn was busted open around his eyebrow and was about to get it, but then Seth just hopped off the top rope, got onto the ladder, and grabbed it right in front of Finn. And obviously Finn struggled a bit, so there wasn't zero logic. There was a lot of logic in this match. And I do like that. I like it when wrestlers actually act like human beings. So, anyway, that's fine. I picked Seth. In fact, I was right about every single match ending, including one of the matches that I'm going to talk about. But anyway, U.S. Championship match, Jeff Hardy versus Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal gets booed out of the building. Jeff Hardy gets cheered. That's exactly what should have happened. Some people actually thought that Jinder was gonna be cheered just because he's in Saudi Arabia. First of all, having Indian heritage and Saudi Arabia those are two different things. And second of all, there's nothing happening with Jinder. I mean, he gets cheered in India. That's cool. Why would he get cheered in Saudi Arabia? I mean, still no character. Still boring. And Jeff Hardy won very quickly. Like, very quickly. It was like 5 minutes. And you know what? I'm happy. I picked Jeff, and really I didn't want to see this match go over 10 minutes. And it was like 5 minutes. So, yeah, I'm really happy that happened. Seriously, why did you guys think Jinder would be cheered? Why did you think that would happen? Anyway, what else is there? SmackDown tag match, for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Bludgeon Brothers versus the Usos. Bludgeon Brothers won insanely quickly. I think it was a bit longer than the Jeff Hardy Jinder match. But yeah, Bludgeon Brothers retained. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Match was fine, but I mean, it could have gone longer. It could have been like something insanely. It could have been like 15 or 20 minutes, and it could have been like that could have been one of the matches of the year. Because Usos versus New Day was one of the matches of the year in 2017. So Bludgeon Brothers could do something like that. Anyway, moving on. I'm very tired. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Now. Okay. I guess I'm going to have to take the words of Adam Blumpier, who I miss very much. I could book it better. Okay, it was good for what it was, and when the match was still happening, it was great. Like, it was picking up a lot. Shinsuke hit AJ in the balls when the ref was on the ground doing his selling, and then he tried to pin AJ, but AJ got his hand on the rope. That was great, and there was a lot of technical masterpiece in there. A lot of technical masterpiece, but I mean, it was better than the match at WrestleMania. Up until, in their match at WrestleMania, it wasn't even bad. It wasn't even bad. It was just shorter than their match in Japan. It was going great until there was a count out. And then AJ just keeps attacking Shinsuke, and then he just hits him with a phenomenal forearm outside the ring. Why? Why are you making the bad guy look weak? Why? I get that AJ was being cheered more than Shinsuke, but this was planned out before. All of you know this was planned out before the match happened. So why? That's so dumb to make the bad guy look weak. I imagine if Jim Cornette was watching this, he'd be like, "No, you're exposing wrestling. You're exposing. It's already exposed, Jim. It's already exposed. Get over it. Wrestling is different than it used to be, and it's probably for the better. You don't want any wrestlers getting stabbed in the bottom because they're really disliked." Anyway, Undertaker versus Rusev. Undertaker won, and it meant nothing. It meant nothing. This match happened for no reason, and it shouldn't have happened in the first place. It makes Rusev and Aiden look stupid because Undertaker just beat on both of them and put them both in the casket and then just shut it, and it was over. Dumb. It was so stupid. Rusev's gonna end up leaving. And you know what? He should, because if he goes to some place like TNA, he'll be treated 100 times better. Oh my god. Oh God. Before I get emotional, Roman versus Brock. Now, it was great up until how it ended, and how it ended was dumb because Roman speared Brock out of the cell. The cell door was still hanging onto the cell, so Brock was technically never actually touched the ground. Roman falls out onto the ground, and then they just say that Brock wins, even though Roman's feet hit the ground first. Brock's skin didn't even hit the ground before Roman did. Just because the cage snaps and Brock lands on his back while he's still on the part of the cage, that doesn't mean that he wins. It doesn't. And the whole thing is that your feet have to touch the ground first. And Roman's feet touch the ground first. Oh, God. Oh, God. And because Roman technically wins by that technicality, I was technically right about every single match. Oh, I was half right about the AJ Shinsuke match. I thought Shinsuke was going to win, which he should have, instead of a countout. But I was technically right about every match. And the 50-man Greatest Royal Rumble, it was like as good as the one that was happened earlier this year. It was like just as good. And, a lot of returns, Hall of Famers, debuts from NXT that I somehow didn't know. And Braun wins. You know what? I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Braun deserves it. He got the green belt and the big trophy. I'm cool with that. Braun. I love Braun. 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 And that's what happened in the greatest ever Royal Rumble. And yeah, I liked it. I really liked it. See you guys next time.